guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mpele, and today I just want to say thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing, thank you for viewing my content. It means a lot. But if you haven't and you're here for the very first time, welcome, and you are more than welcome to come join the family. So by doing so, you will need to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's absolutely free of charge. So please do join us. Let us become a family and enjoy the content. Thank you so much. And today I just want to talk about property. What do I mean about property? Property is a very huge term. So what exactly do I mean? What I mean is I'll try to break it down, property, obviously on different videos, because we can talk almost the whole day if we can talk about property. But today I'll just talk about things that you need to know when you are purchasing a property. You can be a first-time homeowner, or you can be a returning homeowner, second, third, but things that will always be there and things that you need to look at before purchasing. So number one, we will look at location. What do I mean by location? Every time you are looking for a property, more especially to purchase, because with purchasing, it's not like you just decided now I want to move and it's done. So when you're looking for property to purchase, you are looking at a long-term investment. So by doing so, you need to know where exactly is your property located and what are the chances of environmental disasters happening in that place. Number one. Number two, you need to know where is the property that you want to buy. What kind of a property is it? Is it situated in the right place? Like you're looking for a flat, or you're looking for a freestanding house, or you're looking for a house in an estate. So that's, you need to bear in mind. By location, I mean that where exactly is it located. Number two, we'll look at amenities. Amenities, you need to look at, after looking at location, where is your house going to be located, or where is it located currently? If you are buying an already existing house, you need to know it's, or you need to have a house that is closer to all amenities. It's closer to schools, closer to police stations, it's closer to clinics and hospitals, malls, it's closer to everything that you need as a human being. Because whenever you're buying a property, everything that you need should be right around you. You don't have to drive all the way 5 hours away from your house to drop your kid from school. And when are you going to make it to work? Oh, to a spa day. Just saying. So that is it that I want to say. These things, like, they work hand in hand. You look at the location of the house, where it is situated. You look at the amenities. This house is situated in this place. Is it closer to everything that I need? Will it be wise for me to get this house and also go to schools and also go to malls, to clinics, to hospitals, to doctors? Are those things closer to me? Those are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Number three, the kind of property you want to purchase. What is the kind of property you want to purchase? You want to purchase a flat, or you want to purchase a freestanding house? By freestanding house, I mean a house like a standalone house in a location or in an area where you mind your own business, to say. You just have your own gate, you just have your own yard, like everything is just you. The only people that are next to you is just your neighbors, and they're also minding their own business. And then number three, not number three, another kind of property, you want to purchase an apartment in an estate, or even a house in an estate, where you have an entrance that is monitored 24/7. What kind of a property you are looking for? So you need to look at those things. Okay, will I be able to cope? Will I be able to live? And now we are on number four. We have something called transfer duties. They're like, in my case, when I wanted to buy my first property, I didn't know about transfer cost, guys, trust me, because the agents did not mention that to me. They just gave me a figure of a property price. So I just thought, okay, Vele, I qualify for this place. And I'll tell you the story when I'm about to finish what really went down when I wanted to buy my first property. I was 22 at that time. And what really happened, and guys, bear in mind, there are people who are trying to scam people while you're just looking for property. So you need to keep your eyes open, and you need to be sure what you are doing and what you are signing for. Okay? And then we are on number 4, transfer cost. Each and every time you are buying a property, there will always be something called transfer cost, unless you are buying straight from the developer. What do I mean by buying straight from the developer? I mean the new development houses where you find that it's just built and you'll be the first property owner of that house. So there you don't need to pay transfer cost. Transfer costs are mainly paid when the house belongs to Usbo, and now Usbo is selling this house to Uste, for example. So Uste will need to take care of that process, taking out the names of the previous owner to the current owner or the new owner of the house. So every time there will always be those charges if you are buying an existing property. It doesn't matter if it's a flat or if it's a freestanding house. As long as you are buying property, you will need to go through a transfer cost, of which are combined with a lawyer's cost. The lawyers charge their money, and also there will be transfer duties that is charged. It's calculated according to prices of the house. Like when you're buying a 1 million house or 1.2 something, you can pay transfer duties of maybe 40,000. Of which that money, you want it upfront. Every time you are buying a house, you need to be prepared that you have to have some saving in your pockets, of which is something that I did not do when I wanted to buy my first property. Okay, let me tell you what really happened. When I wanted to buy my first property, it was a new development house, and I signed everything. I was very excited. I signed everything. I got approved, and everything was here. And my mistake was, because it's a new development and everyone is talking about this new development, and I'm new in the area, so I thought maybe it's just a place, And then after signing with the developer or an agent, I had to go and view me, starting with signing before looking at the location of the house, of which is totally insane, I know, but then do not make that mistake. So when I go to view the location where my house will be built, where guys, we traveled, it was far from town for me. It was just maybe 45 minutes away from town to an hour, and this place usually have traffic on its own. So I have to leave my house around 6 to get to work. Imagine, I'm like, no, I'm canceling this deal. I can't. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing. And my house was going to be built right at the end of the development houses, because already there are people staying in the place, and the sites that are available are right at the back. So imagine at that time, I don't have a car. I don't have someone who will be dropping me and picking me up. So I will have to be dropped by taxi far to walk to my house. I canceled. I canceled exactly the next day when I came back from viewing. I called the bank and I canceled everything. Lucky enough, it was all canceled. Good. And then Sbo goes back and trying to buy a flat right now in town. Okay. When I was trying to buy a flat, I see a flat again. Now I go and view first. So it's closer to everything that I need. It's a 1.5 bedroom, of which I was okay with it because I didn't have a child at that time. So I'm happy with the place. I signed offer to purchase, I'm ready. And only to find that this property is sold by different agencies. Almost 4 agencies are selling the same property, and they're selling the property in different prices. Me choosing the highest price. Only to find again that property has already been sold when I signed the offer to purchase. I was like, I'm always calling the agent. What is happening? What's the next step? The agent is, no, we need to meet so that I explain everything. You need to pop out some money. Why pop out some money now and whatsoever? So like I was nearly scammed out of that process. Be careful. If the property is sold by different agencies, be sure to know that that property hasn't been sold, number one, and do not sign anything, of which is my mistake. So I'm here, guys, to share my experiences so that you can learn from my mistakes. And then moving on to number 5. When you are buying a property, you need to consider municipality registration, of which this is something that we are not told. You just find out along the way. Ne? When now we Happy was back now. We buying a house and we gladly so we move in, and Happy's telling me that no, there's this certain amount that is needed from the municipality, and we need to register from the municipality, and to find that the account was owing, guys. Like the previous owner couldn't pay the municipality all the money, and when we needed to register the properties is owing almost 2,000 something, of which we had to pay first before we even further the process. So we had to pay that 2,000 rands. We had to register the property under our name so that the property can be built under us now. Of which there again, it's not like you go and register your name and that's all. You still need to pay. So your pockets should be ready that things will be popping out, money will be coming out. So you need to be ready about all of those things. Municipality registration, you need to consider them. And by municipality registration, besides registering your name as a new owner of that house, you also need to consider things like levies in that place. How much are the levies and how much are the rates and taxes? Because you can afford to buy a house, ne? And you will know that your monthly installment, maybe it's 10,000 rands per month. But you didn't take it into consideration that where you are buying your house, there are levies. Maybe the levies are 2,000 rands, of which that takes your bond to 12,000. And property rates are 1.5. That takes your bond to 13.5. You haven't paid for your electricity in that amount. So now already you have extra 3.5 that you were not ready to pop out. So those are the things, guys, that I'm here to add on that eagerness of buying a house. Whenever you're buying a house, be sure and be ready, because all of these things need you as the owner. If you are the owner, you should be responsible for all of these things. If you don't register as a new owner at the municipality, you won't have electricity, you won't have water, you won't have people coming to pick your rubbish at the gates, and you'll be out. You are not living where we are all living. So guys, I have mentioned 5 things that you need to take into consideration whenever you are buying a house, regardless of the model of the house. Whenever you are buying a property, these are the things that you need to consider. The location, number 1. Amenities, number 2. What kind of a property are you looking for? Is it a flat or is it a house, a freestanding house? Number 4. Transfer cost, if you're buying from an existing house, and lawyer's cost, which usually goes together. And if you are buying straight from the developer, so there won't be any transfer cost, but surely there will be lawyers, because lawyers need to draft the title deeds and all of that contracts. So lawyers, they're always there. So you need to have that money for lawyers, of which is the money that you need to have in your pocket, because you pay them upfront before you even occupy the house. I don't know if you understand me. That's what happened with us when we bought our first property. They needed the money before we even moved in, and if you don't have the money, you can borrow that money. Like if you got 100% bond from the bank, they can also give you the money for registration, of which is transfer cost and lawyer's cost. And if maybe you didn't get the 100%, you'll need to pop out this money from your own pocket. And then number 5, it's municipality registration. By municipality registration, in short, you need to register the house under your name as an owner, so that everything that is happening in your house is built under you. And in that manner of municipality and cost and money, you need to consider that there are things called levies. More especially when you're living in the estates and when you're living in a flat, there will always be something called levies. So you need to be sure how much are the levies of the property that you're looking for, and will you afford when you're adding them into the bond, the original bond of what you are paying. Let's say your flat is 5,000 rands and the levies on its own are maybe 1.5, which means your bond now moves to 6.5. And then you also consider rates and taxes. How much are the rates and taxes? Rates, like it's a standard amount that you pay until it is increased, and everyone pays that money. You need to know how much are the rates of that location and your property, because it varies according to the place where you're living. Like you find property rates costing 1,000 in one place and other place costing 500 rands. So you need to know, and you need to be sure what will you afford, because that also adds on top of your bond. So that is it from me, guys, and I really hope that this video is much informative to you and is educating. If you already know, you can please share other things that I did not mention on this video, or enlighten me on the things maybe that I didn't touch base on. What I can say, and learning from my own experiences, you can start by saving before you even purchase a house, because these amounts that I'm talking about, it's something that you will need to pop out like cash. More especially the lawyers want their money, and municipality registration wants their money. So those are the things that you will need to save for, and to avoid your bond going up. Because if you are also adding your bond in order to have the transfer cost, that means you are topping up your bond, the money that you have been borrowed by the bank. So if you can and you are able to save before you even purchase, please do so, to avoid unnecessary increases of the money that you need to return at the bank. I'm saying this because I did that with my first property. We financed everything, and when we were looking at the bond, we were like, okay, we were not prepared for this much, but then we don't have a choice. And then things got better when God blesses us with another place. We knew what exactly and how we should do things. We started by saving for transfer duties and lawyers' money, municipality money. So we had that saving, so that when we get approved for the house, we are only facing the house money only. We don't add on top of that. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and do not forget to hit that like button for YouTube algorithm, and do not forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel to see what other things that we can engage into. I am open to discussions, and I'm open to anything that I can see it might help someone out there. So currently we are talking about property, and I would love to hear your opinion and your view on this matter. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.